Hello and welcome to another The Race Zone channel video. Today I will preview stage 17 of the Tour de France 2023, and as always in the end I will recap stage 16. But before I start, I will have to ask you for a favor. Please subscribe to my channel, it really helps and it means a lot to me, so thank you for subscribing, and let's move on to analyzing stage 17. So it is a 166 kilometers long stage featuring 4 climbs. The first climb in the beginning at the 28 kilometer called the Sais, 13.4 kilometers at 5.1%. Now this is an ideal place to form a breakaway, but I will talk about the tactics of this stage a bit later. Then a long downhill to Beaufort, where we have our intermediate sprint. Then Cormet de Roselong, 19.9 kilometers at 6%, really long climb. And then a really long downhill section all the way to M. So some almost 32 kilometers of downhill terrain. Our third climb, Côte de Longue Foy, 6.6 kilometers at 7.5%, so this is a steep climb. Then we go like slightly uphill, we have like a plateau over to Notre Dame du Pré. Then downhill, and our final climb, monster climb, Souvenir Henri Desgranges, which means it's the highest peak in this year's tour, and here the points are doubled, so this climb is worth 40 points. It is really important to remember for later. So Col de la Loze is 28.1 kilometers at 6%, and then some 6 kilometers of downhill to famous ski resort Courchevel. So before I start talking about tactics, I will first talk about the result of stage 16. And as we saw, Jonas Vingegaard, he really destroyed the field. He won with a time of 32 minutes and 36 seconds. Now, with some calculations that I saw on the internet and around the Twitter and other sites, my estimation was that the winning time would be around 34 minutes. And that the average speed would be around 39 kilometers per hour, but Jonas Vingegaard did 41.227. So I have to say I've never seen anything like it. I told you yesterday in the preview of stage 16 that I do expect him to win. I saw that his raw power on the flats and on the like slight downhill sections was like unmatched. He was really doing some crazy watts, and naturally his climbing, because he's only like under 60 kilometers, is amazing, but this was over anyone's expectations, I think, even Vingegaard. So Tadej Pogačar, he did like an amazing time trial, to be honest. He put over a minute into Wout van Aert and everyone else, but still only second. So Van Aert, Bilbao, Yates, Cavagna, Adam Yates, Kelmonsi, Pedersen, Gaudu, Castroviejo, Rodriguez, Gal with a really good time trial. I'm really impressed by him. Sepp Kuss, Asgren, Lutsenko, Stefan Kung, time trial specialist, only 18th. So in the GC, Vingegaard now leads with 1 minute and 48 seconds in front of Pogačar, but I'm still not convinced that this is over. I will tell you why a bit later. So Adam Yates now moves into third, so Team UAE has 2 positions on the podium. Carlos Rodriguez only 5 seconds behind. Jay Hindley, Sepp Kuss, Pelya Bilbao, Yates, Gaudu, Felix Gal into the top 10 once again. Martin and Pidcock and Thibaut rounding up the top 13. So in the KOM, Ciccone went really hard on the climb. He was like doing the whole time trial easy and then destroyed the climb. He was only 3 seconds faster than Vingegaard on a road bike, and only going for it at the climb. And Vingegaard was on a time trial bike and only 3 seconds behind Ciccone. Crazy. So Nelson Powell still second. Vingegaard now only 6 points behind Ciccone, so it will be really hard for Ciccone to win this jersey. Like I said, Henri Desgranges or the Côte de la Loze is 40 points, so with that Vingegaard will have 97 points. So for Ciccone to win, he will need more than 34 points. And let's look at the profile for tomorrow's stage. We have 10 points at Col de Sais, 10 points at Cormet de Roselong, and 5 points at Côte de Longue Foy. So Ciccone will for sure try to go for it. It's 25 points, so it's still possible, because we have stage 20 where he can take a lot of points as well. but I think that Team UAE will prepare something for tomorrow. This is their chance to upset Vingegaard. I don't think that stage 20 is as hard, and they shouldn't leave it for that stage, because tomorrow there is a good chance of rain. As we can see in the comment of Roselon, it will start raining in the early morning or like in the midnight, so all through the night it's probably going to be wet. Then in the morning at around 8, 9 at noon, and by the time they reach, it looks like it's going to be a gentle rain, but it is a mountain, as we know, there it can easily turn into a harder rain, and this is where Pogačar thrives, and this is where he will go all out. I'm sure he will try to win this stage and to upset Vingegaard, maybe even take the yellow jersey. The weather in Maribel will be nicer, as we can see, but with some chances of rain by the end of the stage. So like I said, it's a mountain, anything can happen. I'm sure Pogačar will pray for the rain and try to do something. Now let's look at the comment of Roselon, the first real opportunity to attack tomorrow, but it's not the steepest of climbs. So we have like 7% in the beginning, then some 9% flattens out, and then like the first half of the climb is all red, that means it's around 7%. Then it flattens out in the middle section for 3 kilometers, and then it's again steep, but not that steep. But here I expect like Bjerg and maybe Grosshartner, Soler to try and drill the peloton, do whatever they can, maybe even go send satellite riders in the breakaway, try with Adam Yates. I'm sure they will break, the all hell will break loose. This is UAE's last chance to win this tour, and they for sure will try to take advantage. Let's look at the wind. It will be around 8 kilometers at the comment of Roselon, so it doesn't mean that it will affect the riders too much. So some a lone rage attack is possible. If it was like a heavy wind with some like 30 kilometers or something, then a small group will be like at a greater disadvantage. But with such like small wind or like low intensity, then an attack is possible. So, and then let's look at the Col de la Loze. It is Souvenir Henri Desgrange. It is a monster climb, like I said, 28.3 kilometers, not the steepest, but that's because it has like this flat, almost like downhill section in the middle, and in the top it's over 10%. So we will for sure see the attacks there if we don't see anything before, but this is too late for Pogačar because we have that downhill section in the end of the stage. So like I said, first drill it on Cormedel Roselon, try to like decimate the group. Huss was injured, he had a crash. Yes, he had a great time trial today, but we'll see how he goes. Try to send satellite riders like Soler, Grosshartner, maybe even Stekelangen. He can climb pretty well. Use him on the downhill, use him in the valley. Côte de Longuefoy is like a next opportunity to attack. It's a really steep climb, 7.5%. So I expect Pogačar to like pray for rain and to go all out. That's his chance to win the tour, and I'm sure he will lay it all out tomorrow. So and now let's just look at the betting odds for tomorrow. They have Vingegaard as a slight favorite to win at 3, Tadej Pogačar at 3.7. Now I think that one of these guys will for sure win tomorrow. So this is like a good odds, because like if you bet on both of them, then you have money for sure. Adam Yates, then Gaudu, Felix Gall, and he will probably try to go in a breakaway, but like I said, this is a GC stage. This is where the all hell will break loose. This is where we'll see fireworks, and this is where the tour will be decided. So whoever I think is in the yellow by the end of tomorrow, he wins the tour. Vingegaard is the big favorite, of course, but I think that Pogačar will try to win it tomorrow, and we will see if he will succeed. So thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Please comment who do you think will win this stage. How do you think it will play out? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? And we can discuss it. Have a great day. Bye.